Clash Mini is getting a huge update and the progression system is now completely different. We're gonna start with mini progression and then we'll talk about heroes because, well, all of the heroes pretty much got like reworked. They all got new abilities. We are getting a lot more currencies added into Clash Mini. Instead of needing mini fragments for a specific mini in order to upgrade them, we are now getting a currency called Star Shards. Star Shards can be used to upgrade any mini that you have unlocked, which means that you will have a lot more choice in which minis you'll be able to upgrade. I really like this change a lot because it simplifies things for the minis, okay? It will cost 4 Star Shards to get the first star, 8 to get the second star, and 12 to get the third star. You'll be able to get Star Shards from the shop, quests, the mini pass, whenever you unlock duplicate minis, and also a lot in the star exchange at the end of the season. Which brings up an important point. The star exchange is staying in the game and will now happen every month. This means you'll get a lot more progression for your heroes, but it now means that you'll be able to choose which minis you upgrade with your star shards so that you can keep your favorite decks. Now let's talk about hero progression. Hero levels are changing in a very big way. Before the update, hero levels scaled from level 1 to level 10. After the update, they will scale from level 1 to 15. Any heroes that you have now will be converted to their, well, an equivalent level, but it's not a one-to-one exchange. If your hero is level 6 before the update, it will be level 6 after the update, but any higher than level 6, and you'll actually get a new higher level afterwards. Now, it maxes out at level 10 before the update, which will be level 13 after the update, with 2 more levels to upgrade after the update. But they're making a big change to the levels, so that you actually unlock each hero's abilities much sooner. They'll still have their main skill at level 1, but once they upgrade to level 2, they will unlock their second main skill, and they'll unlock their third main skill at level 3. This is a huge change from before because it will make the match outcome way less dependent on your hero's level, and therefore the game will feel a lot less pay to win, even though there will still be more progression for your heroes. Now on top of that, after you upgrade your heroes to certain levels, you'll be able to further upgrade each of the 3 abilities how you want using skill shards. Skill shards are a currency that you'll be able to use to choose which abilities to upgrade, and you can use them on any of your heroes. So, as an example, you could use all of your skill shards to make just one of the shield maiden's abilities really strong, or you could split the skill shards evenly across her abilities. Just keep in mind that you have to get a hero to level 13 or higher to upgrade all of the abilities all the way. Also, keep in mind that if you have a level 10 hero before the update, they will be level 13 after the update, and they'll have the first 2 upgrades for each of their abilities already unlocked. So there's still going to be some progress that you'll need to make after the update. So we've got star shards to upgrade minis, and we have skill shards to upgrade hero skills, but then there are 3 different types of crown shards that you'll need to upgrade your heroes. You'll need common crown shards to upgrade your heroes from level 1 up through level 5. You'll need rare crown shards to upgrade them from 6 to 10, and then you'll need epic crown shards to upgrade them from level 11 to 15. Honestly, if you just ask me, like, I think Supercell should further simplify it to only be 1 crown shard currency for all levels. But one thing I do really like about this change is that we're no longer going to be limited to specific hero fragments in order to upgrade heroes. In other words, the heroes we upgrade will no longer be kind of like randomly selected for us, right? We'll have a lot more say in which heroes we upgrade. Now that you understand how hero progression is different, I think we should go over every hero ability because their abilities are going to be very different after the update. And after we cover the heroes, we'll cover the new emotes coming to the game. Starting off as the Shield Maiden. Her first ability is Magic Shield. Its base ability is to block and reflect some damage for only 3 seconds. The first upgrade adds a 1-second stun to enemies who get hit by that shield. The second upgrade taunts all enemies when she casts this super. And the third upgrade increases the duration to 4.5 seconds. Now her second skill is Halo Descent, which is completely new. This is a clash ability that happens at the start of the round, and it reduces the damage that enemy troops do in a short area for 3 seconds. When you go to move around the shield main, you'll be able to see what area she'll actually be able to hit with this. It reduces the damage that enemy troops do in that area for 3 seconds, and the first 2 upgrades increase the duration to 4.5 seconds and then 6 seconds respectively, and the third upgrade increases the effective area to be as large as you see in this gameplay. The shield maiden's third ability is Inspiration. This gives her 2 energy every time she gets healed, and if you didn't know, energy is required to charge your super, so the more energy she has, the more frequently she'll actually be able to cast her magic shield ability. Now this ability's first upgrade gives her 2 energy every time that she's stunned as well, and the second and third upgrade will provide 1 additional energy every time she's healed or stunned. In the right situation, she'll be activating her super way more frequently than she does now, so she'll do a much better job at tanking. Next, we have the Barbarian King. His first ability is still Iron Fist, and it increases the damage of allies in an area for 4 seconds. Now the first and the third upgrades increase the duration to 5.5 and 7 seconds, and the second upgrade increases the size of the area that this actually takes place. His second ability is Determination. This heals the Barbarian King for 2 HP after every 5 attacks that he makes. The first upgrade actually decreases the attack requirement to 4, and the second and third increases the healing to 3 and 4 every single time. Then we have his third ability, which is Invincibility. When his HP drops to exactly 1, he becomes invulnerable for 2 seconds. Now, all 3 upgrades increase the duration by 1 second up to 5 seconds, which is pretty crazy. Just keep in mind that this can only happen once per round, and he can get killed when he has 2 HP, which would mean that this actually doesn't ever take effect at all. Up next is the Archer Queen. Her first ability is Crossbow. Once her super is activated, she attacks 2 targets for 4 seconds. The first upgrade increases that number of targets to 3, and the second and third upgrades increase the duration to 6 and 8 seconds, which is a pretty long time. Now her second ability is Aura Inspire. It is a clash ability, which means that it happens at the start of the match. It's a 40% speed up aura around her for 2 seconds that happens every 6 seconds. The first 2 upgrades increase the duration to 3 and 4 seconds, and the final upgrade increases the speed up to 60%. Then we have her third ability, which is Queen's Gambit. This activates her HP if it drops below 50% and causes her to go invisible for 2 seconds. Now the first and third upgrades increase the duration to 3 seconds and 4 seconds, and the second upgrade gives her 1 additional damage when it triggers. Also, this can only happen once per round, so healing her won't trigger this effect again. Next is the Monk. His first ability is Peacemaker, and when he activates his super, he'll deal 10 damage to an enemy. The first upgrade adds a 4-second stun, and the second increases the damage to 20. But after the third upgrade, it will completely knock out the enemy instantly. Just keep in mind that you do have to upgrade the second one in order for you to actually be able to get the third as well. His second ability is Mystic Posture. This activates at the start of the match and is a shot straight ahead of him. For every troop that he hits, any of their abilities will be silenced for 2 seconds, and the Monk will gain 2 energy, making it easy for him to use his next super. Now the first and third upgrades increase the silence duration to 4 and 6 seconds, and the second upgrade gives him an additional 2 energy for every enemy troop hit. The Monk's third ability is Respect. This gives him 2 energy every time he defeats an enemy. Now the first upgrade makes it so that he heals 3 HP for every enemy killed, and the second and third gives him 3 and 4 energy every time he defeats an enemy, which will bring him much closer to activating his next super. Next is the Countess, and her first ability is Feed. When her super is activated, she'll appear behind the weakest enemy and deal 4 damage. The first and third upgrades increase the damage to 6 and 8, and the second upgrade prevents the target from healing. Notice that her healing herself is actually removed from this ability. Her second skill is Feast. This increases her attack damage by 1 when she's attacking an enemy from behind. The first 2 upgrades increase the trigger area for her backstab, which I believe just makes it easier for her to deal increased damage if she's like attacking from the side or something like that. And the third upgrade increases the back damage by 1. Her third skill is Antisocial. Every time she gets a kill, she gains a 5% hit speed buff permanently throughout the rest of this match, and it can stack up to 6 times. The first upgrade increases the hit speed buff by 5%, and the next 2 upgrade increases the max stack to 9 and 12, which is incredibly strong and makes her amazing for long matches. Next is the Royal Champion. Her first ability is Bouncing Shield. Her super will throw a bouncing shield towards enemies and deal 4 damage to them. Now the first upgrade adds a 1-second stun to enemies that get hit, and the second upgrade gives her full energy for each enemy killed with a super. And then you have her third upgrade, which increases the damage to 6. Her second skill is Heroism. This makes her invulnerable for 3 seconds when she is your last unit in battle. This can only happen once per round, and when the skill is maxed out, the duration lasts for an entire 7 seconds, which is honestly insane. Her third skill is Javelin. At the beginning of the match, she throws a javelin in a straight line, which pierces through enemies and deals 2 damage to each of them. The first upgrade increases the range, then you have the second and third upgrades, which increase the damage to 3 and 4, which is a great ability for her, and it's kind of like the Spear Goblin in a way, or more like the Bowler actually. Next we have the Wave Master. His first ability is Tidal Wave. For his super, he dashes to the furthest enemy, dealing dealing 1 damage and stunning enemies in his path for 1.5 seconds. His first and third upgrades increases the stun duration to 2.5 and 3.5 seconds, and the second ability heals him for 1 HP for every enemy that he hits with his super. His second skill is Trident. This is an area of effect strike that deals 1 damage after every 6th attack. The first upgrade increases the damage to 2, and then the second and third upgrades make it so that it happens after every 4th attack when maxed out. The Wave Master's third skill is Chaos Lover. At the beginning of every match, he flips a nearby ally to the enemy's side, but he also gives them a 4 HP shield for 4 seconds. Now, the first 2 upgrades increase the shield to 6 and 8 HP, and the third upgrade increases the shield duration to 6 total seconds, which adds a lot of unique strategies to the Wave Master. And finally, we have the Skeleton King. His first ability is still Spooky Pop. It's a super ability that attacks enemies around him, and it deals 2 damage, stuns them briefly, and knocks them back. The first and third upgrades increase the damage to 4 at max level, and the second ability increases the stun duration by 1 second. The second ability is I Am Back. For every kill that he gets, he gains 1 soul, and after he dies, he'll revive with 4 HP plus 2 HP for every soul he's collected. The first upgrade gives him 2 energy for every soul that he's collected, so he can activate more supers, and the second and third upgrade makes it so that he'll revive for 4 additional healing for every soul that he's collected at max level. His third skill is How Dare You. This makes him deal 1 bonus damage to enemies who are isolated and away from their teammates. The first 2 upgrades increases his absorbed energy by 1 each, and his third upgrade increases his damage to 2 bonus whenever enemies are isolated. Now let's cover the emotes coming to the game. You will have 8 emote slots after the update, and there are 24 different emotes coming as well. Most of them are static images and are pretty self-explanatory. I really like them a lot. They're actually pretty cool. But there are 6 animated ones that I honestly find are just so good. They're very well done. I like them a lot. You'll be able to use these emotes both in battle and in the clan chat, which I think is fantastic. But I want to know what you guys think about everything coming in this update, okay? The meta is going to be completely different. Not only do we have like new hero abilities, but we also have gizmos, right? And if you missed my gizmo sneak peek, check it out in this video right here on the screen, and subscribe for future content for Clash Mini, which I'm going to cover right here on this channel. For now, this is KairosTime ticking by, and we will see you in Clash Mini.